What up, everybody? It's good to see you. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. It's here. We're halfway done.
Hump day, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're still at blue screen. Audit LA is live at the other place across the street. That's what she's up to. Oh, there we go. Perfect timing. And the Stanley Cup I still haven't seen over there yet, but I bet you they're there because it's pretty packed right now. It's coming. All right, let's get it.
For this morning's meeting will be taken in person in this chamber. Mr. Clerk, if we can begin our proceedings by calling the roll.
What's up, Christy?
Yes, Mr. President. Blumenfield, Harris-Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Jurado,
Darlene.
Lee, McOsker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky, 12 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
All right, first order of business.
Approval of the minutes of June 17, 2025.
Councilmember
I had
Price
bacon
moves,
just now,
Councilmember
maple
Rodriguez
bacon.
seconds. What's next?
Ow, stinks
Commendatory
like bacon.
resolutions for approval.
Councilmember Lee moves,
Crash.
Councilmember Hernandez seconds. What's next?
Mr. President, there is a request to continue item 3 to Tuesday, June 24, 2025.
All right, without objection, that'll be the order.
Items 1 and 2 are items noticed for public hearing. Items 3 through 28 are items for which public hearings have been held. The Budget and Finance Committee reports for items 25, 26, and 28 have been submitted and are available online in their respective council files. Please note that item 27 is for a
Watching
verbal
in a tornado?
report and
Like it's
discussion. The
swirling
council may
around you?
recess into closed session for this item. Items 29 through 33 are items for which public hearings have not been held. Items 34 is a closed session item
it'll be
considered
there
by the
today,
Public Works
AG
Committee. 10 votes are
Jordan.
required for consideration.
Was there last year
All
when they
right,
won it.
Those items are now before us. Members, are there any
Wouldn't doubt.
items folks would like to call special? Councilmember Rahman.
Wondering whether we could move if we could refer item 33 actually to the Public Works Committee?
I'm concerned about that because that item's been to the Public Works Committee.
I don't believe it has.
Oh, so it hasn't been or has not? Who's wrong here? One of you idiots is wrong.
Okay, we'll hold the item on the desk. I feel like that item's been to like three
Oh, man, I
committees
think they were
so I'm
already
a little
there.
bit
Or was
concerned,
this
but
from
we'll
last year?
figure
It
it
says
out.
Thank you so
56
much.
minutes.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Yes, I'd like to refer item 13 to personnel and hiring.
Thank you, Melissa A, for the
All right.
nice dono.
Is there a
Let's
second
go,
to this
Melissa A.
motion?
Hold on. Back-to-back
Needs a
Stanley
second?
Cups,
Thank
so we
you.
know it's the right what's this year. It's not last
right.
year.
Seconded by
I wanna see
Councilmember
it-
McOsker.
Oh, man, they're in front of the elbow room right there. Holy smokes. There it is.
All right, Mr.
I
Clerk, what's
don't
next?
see the cup, but
Mr. President, the council may now
This
vote
is
on
live
items
last
4
night.
through 12
elbow room supports the
14.
Florida Panthers.
through 26.
This was live Miami
28.
News last night.
All right, those items are now before us. Let's open the roll.
So I'm gonna keep watching here
Close
to
the
see if
roll.
I see the cup.
Tabulate
But
the vote.
I don't. I think it's coming this morning.
All right, what's next?
Mr. President,
And see, that's
the
the-
council may now
that's
move
the
on to
top
closed
part we
session
never
item
get to see 'cause there's
34,
no
considered
camera up
by the
there.
Public Works Committee.
All right, do we have a report from Public Works on this item?
Let's see here.
This is item 34.
Yeah, no cup in this video. So
And for the record, for item
Just the
34, in the
fans.
cases entitled Citizens for a Better Los Angeles versus City of Los Angeles et al. And Coalition for Scenic Los Angeles versus City of Los Angeles et al., the recommendation is to approve the city attorney's recommendations as discussed in closed session.
All right, Councilmember Hernandez, my apologies. So this is a closed session item, so we'll hold this on the desk, Mr. Clerk, and come to it at
I
the
think
end
it
of
was
the
this morning. Matthew Kachuk
Yes,
doused
sir.
his fans in champagne,
The council may
beer,
now move on
and
to
beer to
presentations.
celebrate team's
All right,
second victory.
we have two presentations today. We're very excited. This is the eve of Juneteenth, and Los
Guessing we
Angeles is
missed
in
it in the
a
morning.
revolutionary freedom mode. So we have two very exciting presentations this morning.
There
The
it
first one
is.
to be led by Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harris-Dawson and colleagues and Angelinos everywhere where you're watching and listening. I'm very
Nobody
proud
cares,
today
Monaco.
to have
Nobody
a
cares.
proud American of Dominican
There you go.
and Colombiana también.
That's
los
it,
dos,
this
la mitad de
morning.
dos.
Getting
Here
taken
with us
there this
today.
morning. There's Kachuk right
In a
there.
moment in time,
the
when our
champagne.
community continues
Early
to be
morning with the
targeted,
cup.
racially profiled,
Oh,
and
boy.
frankly abducted across the country, She did something very profound.
Wow.
And this morning
She
I
spoke
have
in
with me
Spanish. She
Neza,
sang in Spanish
also
at
known
Dodger
as Vanessa
Stadium.
Hernandez, who did something incredibly remarkable. And it's remarkable because in a moment in time, when so many people
They love to lick the ass,
are remaining
don't they?
silent, she took the platform that
Not
she
all
had,
of them. There's a lot of
and
celebrities
she showed us what she was made
who
of.
don't want to play their position but are
You know,
quietly.
there's a practice that I enjoy.
yeah, it already
or
went this morning.
A lesson that I like to remind myself is that if you want to be disappointed by people, expect them to do the right thing.
I'm disappointed by you every
when
fucking
people
day.
show you who they
Every
are,
day with you
believe
idiots
them.
in there. Every day.
And in a moment,
You've never done
in a
anything
city
while sitting there,
where
you
we
fat ass.
celebrate the fact that we are a majority Latino city, it shouldn't be
Shut up, Meg.
a major incident to speak the language that is frankly as used as English here in the city of Los
Hey,
Angeles,
Meg.
and that is Spanish.
You're fired.
She made a
Yeah, it's heating up.
she took a remarkable stand. When many sports figures will take a knee, and in this country where
Is she a stripper? I don't
peaceful
know.
protest was something
She's a
that
singer.
we honor.
But I don't know. She might be a part-time
I couldn't believe that it was a
online
moment
chick. I
that
don't know.
caused such
OF girl.
drama for her to do
Don't know.
something that was frankly adopted and
It's a
commissioned
dude.
by
Everybody's
Franklin
a dude.
Roosevelt, was the rendition of the Star Spangled
No
Banner
more women anymore.
in Spanish.
Just dudes.
After, in fact, in 1945, after our country
Tia Marie,
had-
thank you,
and,
Tia.
and frankly the world had endured such incredible racial divide and all of the impacts that we still recognize today, whether it was the internment of the Japanese during a very volatile time in our world's history. We are in an inflection
Who
point
put
here
the
in this
Japanese
country.
in that time
And we are
and
watching
oppress them? Who? But you won't say
racial
it. Democrats.
profiling and targeting
All their
of
voter
Latinos
base.
and all immigrants.
Those fucking people.
across this country. And
They
I wanna
won't
say
tell you
thank
that.
because I'm proud to work in a city and serve on a council where we
You ain't rolling
understand
enough
that
R's
we
either,
matter,
Meg. We need some more
'cause we
R
are
rolling.
the majority of faces in the city of Los Angeles. We are what keeps this economy moving
Not
across
we,
this country.
not you,
We
bitch.
are what
Not
makes
you,
Los
bitch.
Angeles strong.
Not you.
And I was incredibly proud
not about you.
to see Neza take her moment in her performance at Dodger Stadium
Fuck.
and sing the national anthem, El Pendón es Rayado, for the world to hear. So, ladies and
All right,
gentlemen,
everybody.
it is my great honor that we have with us this morning here in the Los Angeles City Council chambers, Neza, to perform El Pendón es Rayado.
Well, we can't have that because we're going to get a copyright. So there you go. You want to listen to it, you turn it on. I'm good. When she's done, we'll go back to the volume. I'm not going to get a copyright for that. What a fighter. What a soldier. You know, that's the funny part about all these celebrities, too. They all do these little things, these little show up. Let me show up and virtue signal how much I care. But not one of them take care of any of these people that come. Not a one. Not a one. In fact, most of them barely take care of the people that work for them. And they actually work. You guys know who you are. Meg is on menopause. Probably, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, no, Audit LA is across the way. She's actually just talking. She's about to talk right now. I don't think it's the police commission. I think it's some other meeting. It's it doesn't say on her side where she's at. But I know she's across the street. She's not here. This chick's hot? Okay. You say so. Is it the little curly Q in front? The little squiggly hair? Is that what makes her hot? I don't know. Makes you want to go fishing? Okay. I want to go fishing. Well, that's the way most of the people have come, Maria. My father came from another country. He certainly never did this shit. Never kneeled during the anthem. Never held up the flag he came from, or place he came from, held their flag. Never sent money back. Never said death to America. Never burnt the flag. Never wrote a sign telling you to kill the president. None of that. None of that. There's plenty of people he didn't like. He never said any of that. Job for 9. Thank you. Served in the Army, too. 6 years in the U.S. Army. So, yeah, they don't get much respect from me, especially the virtue signalers. The ones with all the money telling you that they're the freedom fighters for these poor, poor people and don't do a fucking thing for them but run their yaps. That's all they do is run the yaps for them. Are we done now? Can we get to fucking business now? We saw it at Dodger Stadium. Do we need to see it here now? Yes, we do. Here's the indicted one, the freshly indicted one.
Good morning, Mr. President, colleagues.
Oh, look who's back there. Andrew Gravener with no mask.
Civil unrest in
We got suit guy.
2020. I introduced a motion to officially recognize Juneteenth as a holiday in the city of Los Angeles.
Oh, fuck,
And
Juneteenth,
on
I
June
forgot.
20th, 2022, we
Juneteenth.
made history. Los Angeles formally commemorated Juneteenth for the very first time.
What's up, Gil?
So today I'm standing here with a great deal of pride. It means everything to help bring the spirit of Juneteenth right here
Bobby,
to
only
Chambers
that's for
today.
like 10 minutes and then they'll stop raining.
Because we're not just marking a date on the calendar, but we're carrying forward a legacy celebrating freedom and standing firm in the fight for justice and
Look
equality.
at Mr. Herman and his doggy.
To kick things off today,
I like Mr.
it's my
Herman's
honor
dog.
to welcome Faith White, a South LA native, Compton teacher, an autism advocate, and a powerhouse performer with over 30 years of experience in singing and dance. Faith will be performing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Daniel, I bet.
I invite everyone to please stand and join in.
Lift every voice.
I'm good. We don't need any copyrights. We don't need any of the virtue signaling and the little show. We're good with the show. We've had enough of the show for 4 fucking years. Your show's over. It's been canceled. Your show's been canceled, and I hate to break it to you, but y'all better win them midterms, which you ain't doing. Mark my words right now. Write it down. Okay? The 18th of June, 10/26. Play this to yourself after the midterms. You're not winning. You'd be lucky if you win in 8 years. So get ready. It's going to be a long road. A long one. Don't let them people who are in charge now fucking correct things. Don't let that happen. It might even be longer than that. We may not see you for fucking 8 to 12 years. Don't let them do what they said they're going to do and let it happen. I love it. It says, do not pet. I want to pet him. I like him. No, that's it. Yeah, just is. It's going to be a long, long time. I'll be dead before they come back. America's Got Talent, I guess. But if she had that much talent, she'd be over there singing with the rest of the shills, getting ready to do a Democrat show for them. What's up, E-Fog? She done? Finally.
Thank you, Faith, for that very moving performance. This song is more than just a hymn. It echoes the strength of our ancestors and the unbreakable spirit that continues to drive us as a community. This year, my office decided to do something a little extra special.
Get me
We commissioned
federally
a local
indicted.
artist,
Or no, criminally
Brandon
indicted. Sorry, not
Barry
federally.
Brown, to create an art piece
State
that
charges,
captures
not
the
federal.
feelings
Sorry.
of liberation and hope during this time. The piece is being featured throughout our Juneteenth events this weekend. Brandon was born on Juneteenth himself, a fact that makes this artwork even more meaningful. Unfortunately,
Looks like the
he couldn't be
artwork
with
that was
us today,
stolen from
but I
Good
still
Times.
wanted to
Remember
take a
Good
moment
Times?
to recognize him and to give members a chance to hear from him.
The art on when the starting of Good Times.
Hi, my name is Brandon Barry Brown. I
Looks
am
like
an
to me.
LA-based multidisciplinary
That's Good
artist.
Times.
What inspired the piece that
All
I
right,
created
Mr.
for
Herman's
this
all-
year's Juneteenth
walking on his way there
celebration?
now.
I went to see the movie Sinners recently with Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan.
And I think they're actually in the same hall. They're in City Hall. They're just in a different room. So they're not at the LA Commission. They were at some other LAPD Commission. They're at some other place. But good to see that they're already, both of them are in the hall at City Hall, walking through the hall now. So both of them should make it here since we haven't had public comment start yet. So should get Mr. Herman. We should get Audit LA. We should get and Suit Guy. All of them are good to go. I haven't seen anybody else though. And Mr. Herman's signing up right now at the queue in the hall.
Most is Pan-Africanism, celebration of black and brown people alike, representing people in a high regard through my work. The message that I hope people take away when they see my work is I want them to feel happy. I want them to be awed. I want them to see themselves in the work. If my art could talk, in the words of Nina Simone, it would reflect and represent the current times of today. I want to thank the entire City Council of Los Angeles for the opportunity to display my work, for the opportunity you've given me.
I'm telling you, Golf and Guns is not racist. It's a complete takeoff of just Google or go onto YouTube, search Good Times intro, and watch the intro. It's 45 seconds long. And at the very end of the intro, there's an art piece just like that. Just like that. People dancing and just like that. It's exactly the same thing.
Spirit.
It's where I guarantee
June
you that's where he
19,
got the,
1865 marks a pivotal moment when enslaved
inspiration.
African Americans in Texas finally learned that they were free, more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. It has become a day of reflection and celebration.
Oh, Barry White.
But I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge what's happening in our country today.
Juneteenth sock
These past few weeks here in LA have been pretty heavy. Our hearts are burdened by grief, outrage, and uncertainty. Today serves as a powerful reminder. The fight for justice, liberation, and equality for all is far from over. As a black man living in America, I've experienced firsthand the struggles and challenges that face our community.
Trials and tribulations.
Our journey has been long and winding, marked by a painful, often untold story. Yet, even through the pain, we find strength. Remembering and honoring our ancestors' sacrifices only makes us stronger and more united. Despite the adversity, our culture continues to be rooted in purpose, promise, and hope. On this Juneteenth, I want to pay special tribute to the generations before us who paved the way for our communities to move forward with dignity and pride. I also want to shine a light on the parallels between the struggles of the past and what our Latino brothers and sisters are facing today. Let me be clear, Team Price stands firmly in support and in solidarity with our immigrant communities. While there are efforts to silence us and take away our power and joy, we shall overcome together. Amidst all the chaos, Team Price is going to celebrate Juneteenth the new ninth way, that with back-to-back-to-back events to honor and to bring our community together. Because we are Los Angeles, LA is for everyone. First, on Friday, June 20th, from 6:30 to 9.
Not that it matters. So Ernie Barnes painted painted that picture in Good Times. Okay, the picture that I'm telling you that was inspired by, I bet. It's called the Sugar Shack, familiar to millions of TV viewers for its use during close credits of the sitcom Good Times, sold for $15.3 million. Wow. At Christie's auction, it sold for $15.3 million. Ernie Barnes is the artist. And the artwork was called the Sugar Shack. And that's what it was. And I'm telling you, man, that's where he got the inspiration from. Here's some of our Barnes's work. Okay, this is simple shit, easy shit to see. Look at it. Look at it. Doesn't it look very similar? There's some of his other pieces, some of the ones he did. Very similar, right? Right? I'm going to say that's the same thing. What's up, wise guy? So that's where it derived from.
They're an artist collective from Leimert Park.
15.3 sounds low. That's a lot for a painting.
With fresh
of a
West
somewhat
Coast
modern
styles.
artist. I mean, you're talking
So please
the 60s
join me in
here.
welcoming the Mape Ensemble and happy Juneteenth.
It was created in 76. It's not that old. We're not talking Picasso. You know what I mean? We're not talking about Van Gogh. I know about Alan Thicke. I knew about that one. I won't get, for drums, you won't get the copyright. When the lyrics come in, that's when you get copyright and shit. Urban's jiving. He always is jiving. What he likes to do. Five hours ago, right in front of the ocean, at Elbow Room Bar. Told you, first stop. First fucking stop. Sun was barely up. They didn't even sleep. Go to the Elbow Room. I gave it. It's a gay bar. Back-to-back cups they got. First stop, son.
Test. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna ask for your help. Can you guys say?
an eye on the screen. Right there. Where the blonde chick is. Keep an eye on where the blonde girl is. to a punch. Oh, punches are being thrown. Oh, they're wop-socking him, Bill. In comes the security. Oh, they're picking him up. They're picking him up like a little guy. I'm gonna just walk you out. Pandemonium. That's why you watching there. People, why do you watch the bar? That's why. Shit like that. Drunk people can't handle their liquor. It's just great how homeboy picked him up and just walked out like it was a cell phone or something, or a skateboard.
Ensemble. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. President, that concludes our
There's
presentation.
3 in shrimp and suit guy.
That concludes our presentation, Mr. President. Thank you.
All right. Is that the last presentation?
Thank you so
Hopefully.
much, Mr. Price, and another big round of applause for our drum corps and our singing of the national anthem. It's a very important year to be
Olympic
celebrating.
pin? You see his Olympic pin,
Juneteenth,
LA
given the
28.
struggle that our city faces and the country faces, and you know we are back in
What
the
struggle?
United States to the tradition of slave catching if you're African American, house raids if you're a Japanese American during the internment.
Who did all that?
Raids if you're a Native American during the
who did all of
formation
that?
of this country.
The Democrats.
And now with our brothers and sisters and neighbors who are with us, mostly from the South, but from around the world. And so
He won't
just like there
he
was
won't have the
resistance
balls or
every
the
time
guts
in-
to tell you
in
that
our
his
country
party did
overcame,
all that to those people.
we will resist, and our country will overcome this time. So thank you, everybody, for being
How
a part
quickly the Democrats
of
forget
our,
what they've done.
celebration and recognition.
And
this
remember,
morning.
you're not black
Mr.
if you
Clerk,
don't
I
vote
believe
for
we're ready
them.
For public comment.
Sir, the council may now vote on item 13, for which motion Rodriguez-McOsker has been introduced to refer the matter to Personnel Hiring Committee.
All right, we'll refer that without objection. What's next?
Sir, would council like to discuss item 27, sir? Which is a verbal report regarding federal immigration enforcement.
Yeah, we'll continue that item for 2 days.
Thank you, sir. The council may now proceed to public comment.
All right, prepare us for public comment.
All right, here we go. Finally. Let's get into this shit, man. About time we got our public comment going. Now waste 10 minutes of us telling.
Public comment, when it's your
Let's
turn
go.
to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the council president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 and 2, and items 29 through 33. So again, the items that are open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 and 2, and items 29 through 33. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction. I have a couple more announcements. If I could have the interpreters make this first one aloud to the room, please.
He's got to have the patience.
If you require a Spanish language interpreter,
You must.
please make sure to pause every few sentences so the interpreters can interpret.
Un anuncio,
Of course they
si usted
did,
quiere
Melissa.
un intérprete de español, le
combat
pedimos que
Republicans
pause
from
cada
voting.
una o dos oraciones para que los intérpretes puedan
They don't tell you
interpretar.
about that, though.
Don't worry, we will hold your
Tell you
time
about the
while the
Jim Crow
interpreters
laws
are
that they
interpreting,
never
so you will
overturned, that
get
it
the
took the
same amount of time
Republicans
as
to
everyone else.
overturn. They don't tell you about any of that
No se
stuff.
preocupe, nosotros vamos a
Or the
pausar el
Chinese
tiempo
Exclusion
mientras
Act of
el intérprete está
1892.
interpretando para recibir
They
el mismo
started
tiempo
way
que
back
cualquiera.
then.
Just a couple more announcements before we begin.
They've been doing this shit. They're good at excluding people.
As many speakers as possible.
They don't have the balls, the guts to say anything about it.
Would ask that you please wait until you hear the name that you signed up under called aloud before lining up. The names are the order in which we take the names is generated at random. So it's not necessarily the order in which you signed up. Again, it is randomly generated. So once you hear your name called aloud, please feel free to line up in any order on your left-hand side of the council chambers. I'd just like to make one more general announcement before we begin, which is
all them, Cortland.
There is a possibility, although I hope
that
we don't hear this, but there's a possibility.
So was the welfare system, which was the biggest bomb dropped on their community.
Comment period. Some of them potentially very.
They thought it was
offensive.
a help. It was a trap.
If at any point you feel the need to leave the room, please feel free to do so. If you'd like, you can put in your headphones as well.
I know.
The Brown Act does not require you, the members of the audience, to listen to public comment, although, of course, you are more than welcome
Everything I said was absolutely true.
The only other thing I would say is that for anybody who is going to try to offend not only this body, but also to the members of the public, that is what their goal
You're talking
is.
to me.
And the best way to make sure that they don't win is to ignore it. As tough as it might be, I think that I know that the views expressed by the individuals are not necessarily the views of this body, and to the extent they are offensive, they are certainly do not reflect the views of this body. And I would appreciate your patience.
The Democrats told you how they felt about these people that they love so much and care so much about. They need their crops picked. They need their toilets cleaned. Like some of the celebrities that were getting on the news. Who's going to clean the toilets? Really? That's all these people do? Really? But I'm the racist one. Got it.
I believe I see them coming up to the front now.
I'm the racist one. Got it. Woo!
And while we're waiting for them to get to the podium, one other request would be that when you get to the podium, please state which items you'd like to speak to, and if that includes general public comment.
Yeah, I know, blushing. That's exactly it. You remember it.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
And I assure you,
General comment,
she's
please.
not MAGA.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Angela Birdsong, and I'm the housing rights organizer for LA Can.
She ain't a Republican.
I'm here today in
Any
support
shape,
of
form, or
tenants from
fashion.
the 17 buildings recently purchased by Hope for an Affordable. 2 weeks ago, we submitted a demand letter here at City Council addressed to all of you, the mayor, property management, housing department, and the housing authority. Our demands are immediate on-site lawful mail delivery for all 15 buildings, restoration of 24/7 security, not armed thugs, not intimidation, but tenant protective presence. I am also here to once again ask the City Council to direct the Los Angeles Housing Department to execute the Stay House LA contract as you approved on April 25th. The city cannot afford to worsen this housing crisis by stopping Stay Housed LA services that educate tenants of their rights, protect tenants, and also provide rental assistance. I hope you hear me, and I hope you hear us. Thank you.
Next speaker. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Good morning. I'd like to speak to item.
Don't forget, Nancy Pelosi had said that too. Not just her, blushing.
Good morning. My name is Aaron
Pelosi
Taxi.
said that
I'm here representing the
just a year ago,
Chamber of Commerce
or less,
and our over 650 organizations that we represent, located in one of America's greatest tourist hubs, to express our strong support for bringing tourism kiosks to LA. Hollywood welcomes millions of tourists every year, and especially with the Olympics coming, we need strong initiatives that will allow visitors and residents to seamlessly move through the city and take advantage of the navigation system, event calendars, local business directories, free Wi-Fi, and other benefits each kiosk will offer. Benefits that are customizable to each city council district and each neighborhood. In addition to strengthening our region's tourism ecosystem and supporting local businesses, this program is projected to generate hundreds of millions of dollars for the city through the life of the contract. On top of that, the city will not have to pay a dime to implement or maintain this program. We ask for the support of the Council for Tourism Kiosks, and thank you for your consideration.
I'd like to call a few more names. Janae, Francis, and Diane Z.
Yes, Cortland, that was my point.
Good morning, everyone.
Out at LA.
Morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
I would like to do 1, 2, and there's 2 more, but I forget the numbers.
Okay, so just as a reminder to everybody, that's fine.
God damn it!
That are open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 and 2, and items 29 through 33. So
Yeah,
you
it's
have 3
definitely
minutes.
the other ones are in that group,
You
I
have
think.
3
Yeah.
minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
That only says 2
Keeps
minutes.
doing that. Why?
Thank you. Okay, so for the first 2, I want to speak on 1 and 2. With these always giving away public easements and public areas, I want you guys to get in the habit to not do that, because it's our property. Like land, you can't keep getting land. Land is, so why get rid of any land? Because then I'm worried that when Scientology, if they ever try to do their street vacation,
That's me, Ann.
that they're going to come here and you just have this constant, here's yours, passing it out, that they're going to say, well, you need to give us ours. And no, because then what that does,
I don't
they
see
would
him,
just
JB.
block it, and nobody would be able to try to continue to reach the people on the inside who are desperate to get out of that cult, but they feel they can't. So no street vacations, no easement, anything. Just stop doing that. It's not necessary. So I'm going to ask you to please stop doing that. And then the one about the fire. Yeah, if we're still in an emergency, I mean, I would trust, okay, then, of course we had to continue, I guess. But the only thing is that Bob is on that, and I have a little bit of a tiff with Bob right now because he's probably not even listening, which is usual. The only one who I know who consistently listens to is Miss Hernandez, listens all the time, except right now. I called her finally. And city attorney always listens. But Bob, what he does that bothers me, so I don't want to vote yes on any of his things right now, is that he puts public comment at the end of his meetings that he chairs, and it feels like prior restraint to me, and I don't appreciate it.
Herman.
And I don't appreciate that it makes me have to go home on the subway at at the rush hour, which makes it harder for me, to try to avoid. I don't want to roll on people, and I want a good spot. I want a spot. So I'm saying no to anything that Bob is doing right now. Now, if Bob would get his act together and listen, then I may change my mind on that. The other one I want to talk to is about the kiosk, okay? Again, you're adding more things and more structures that will get in people's way, especially people like me in chairs. Or people, it's just more things to trip on, more things to bump into, more things to tag, more things to, and I understand information and stuff, but why not have it as an app or some other way? Why keep making our space smaller and smaller and smaller? And, I'm saddened that that Miss Hernandez finally, for the first time, is not listening. Finally got her, but I'm not happy. She owes me an apology now, because she knows how it makes me feel. I want her to listen. I want you all to listen, but I've pretty much given hope on a lot of you, but not Mr. McCosker. I think he's still my favorite,
Yeah,
Mr. McCosker.
Bob.
General public comment?
First of all, I want to say shout out to Smoke and Scan. I appreciate having my Smoke and Scan family with me as we, sit here before y'all, because they help me, because then I could go on replay later and really get a good look as to what all your shenanigans are, because he has that good view. And so I appreciate Smoke and Scan for that. And Mr. Nazarian, you got to do better, man, because you're my guy. So he's not even listening. He's my rep. What if I'm sitting here telling Mr. Nazarian, I might be talking about stuff in our area, and I am. There's a tree that needs to be cut that they will not cut. Okay, he's not listening. So anyway, we had a beautiful protest at L. Ron Hubbard Way, and I am grateful that it was filled with love, peace, and we worked really hard to talk to the people inside that building to let them know that we are their lifeline should they want to get out. Because we know many of them do. Many of them, they get in trouble for even attempting. They can't just walk out of that building. I don't know if you are aware of that. And we want a wellness check on Phil Anderson, please. Thank you.
Who's Phil Anderson? Anybody?
Next speaker.
Thank you.
Good morning. Which agenda items would you like to speak to?
Hi, I'm speaking to item number 33. My name is Janae, and I'm strongly against this kiosk RFP. Can you really call it a request for proposals if only one company is pushing it and all letters refer to it as the Ike kiosk program. I'm also really worried about data sharing and privacy. Like, Ike has a really questionable history with data privacy and ethics.
I agree with you on that.
And it's kind of like, do we really want another private company collecting data
No.
from passing cell phones when
No.
the federal government is
We don't need that.
determined to weaponize data against us? The ACLU of Washington has also raised significant concerns about the use of cameras, scraping cell phone data from people walking by, and then sharing that data with third parties. But most importantly, why do we need this? We already have an advertising program in the public right of way that provides real public benefits and a lot of money to the city. So I don't think we should trust Ike. Thank you.
I agree with her. Data sharing's not good. It's
Before
sick
the
that
next
you can
speaker, I'd like
find
to call a
20
few more
sites with
names.
your address and your
Sanchu
phone
Huerta,
number and your name
Carol Nakano,
and your family's
and Wendy
name.
Rosen.
You know, it's sad. That should be against the law.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
My name is Diane Z. The produce apartments about our mail, please. It has not been delivered as of January.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public
Damn.
comment. Go ahead.
6 months, no mail.
We would like to know, and if you please can speak to someone about our mail. We haven't received it as January. We have important letters, especially from the Housing Authority and the Social Security Department. Is there any way that anyone can help us to finally get our mail going? It's very important. And also the health issue where we live at the produce apartments.
Yeah, you got to go
And
pick
a
it up
staff
at
member
the
will come down
post
and speak
office
to
all
you
the time.
about,
That's
about
annoying.
the
I wouldn't want to have
mail
to go
issue
pick
and
up
get
the
your
mail.
address and help follow up on that case.
Thank you. It's well appreciated.
You're welcome.
God bless you all.
The reason why they don't deliver is because, again, there might be some people that are breaking into the locks. There might be missing locks. So if there is, the post
Good
office,
morning. Which items would you
or
like
they're
to
not
speak to?
safe for the
General
postman,
comment, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
they won't deliver. They'll refuse service,
Good
and you
morning.
have to go pick it up.
I am here today as a member of the LA Can family and resident of Isabel Jurado's Council District 14. With every due respect, out of good conscience, I must reprimand this body in its dereliction of duty and complicity with the growing moneyed and foreign interests to clear constitutionally guided mandates. In particular, I stand with those of the 17 buildings recently purchased by Hope for Affordable LA, also known as HOCLA, to remind this committee of
HOCLA?
my and LA Can's relentless campaign for housing justice and to the council's duty to all of its citizens. Our two simple preliminary demands today, tomorrow, and week after week will not waver until they are met. They are as follows. First, legally mandated mail service be restored immediately on site. Second, we demand a restoration of 24/7 security, not armed thugs, not intimidation, but real tenant protective presence across the 17 HALA portfolio. Please help us fight this dimming light of the soul of this country, embodied in our preamble in the service of the general welfare of we the
Your time has
people,
expired.
not the moneyed interest to a person.
Speaker, we have to move on to the next
Stop
speaker.
yelling. Again, yeah, you have like transients living in there,
And before
homeless
the next speaker
people,
comes
people
up,
that are mentally ill.
if
They
I
probably
understand that
attacked
the
the
time
mail
will go by rather
carrier.
quickly. If you have
I bet.
additional comments that you would like to make, or if you are not called because we ran out of time today,
Or
you
people
can
have
always
broken the
provide
locks,
wittten public comment
they don't wanna leave the
online
mail
at
in their box without it being locked.
That
They're
URL
not
is
allowed to.
available
They're
at
not
the
supposed
top of every council agenda. You can also do a quick Google search. As you can tell by the gentleman who is standing at the podium,
Here we go.
This is one of the times where I'll just remind everybody
We're wasting
that
time.
offending you and offending everyone around this horseshoe is likely one of the goals here. The only way in which they win is if you let them and interrupt their public speaking time, which forces us to enforce the rules.
Like you're
So
doing.
I would ask
Kinda
that
like you're
everybody
doing
for
right
your
now.
continued patience. And with that, Mr. Herman,
Thank you
have
for
3 minutes
wasting.
the items
Thank
and
you
1
for
minute
wasting
general.
2
Go
minutes
ahead.
of our general comment,
Muchas
Pumpkinhead.
gracias para interpretación, pinche puto negro abogado. Usted ya sabe
Oh,
que
please let him
nosotros
translate
queremos
it.
nada con pinche inmigración.
Wait, thank you very much. You fucking attorney, you know that we don't want anything related to the fucking immigration issue.
Y es un pinche puto cabeza de melón.
You are
Melon head.
a fucking man, watermelon head.
So this is not on the agenda. This is your first and only warning. Please stick to the agenda items or I'm going to move you to general public comment.
Budget Finance Committee, everyone. For the
Pinche
record,
melones.
the program grants that this institution illegally abuses grants and bonds and their interpretation as criminal enterprise, RICO, to rip off the public. The physical impact statement states that the reports...
Speaker, which item are you speaking to?
I'm telling you, fool.
What is the number of the item that you're
Well, why are
speaking
you running
to?
the motherfucking clock? I'm on item 22, you stupid bitch.
Great. Well, guess what? Item 22 is not open for public comment, so this is your last and final warning. Stick to the items that are open for public comment, or I'm going to move you to general.
33, asshole. How about that one on the commerce?
You are welcome to speak to 33. Go ahead.
That fucking white nigger up here talking about public right-of-ways and the maintenance of these kiosks is unacceptable.
Smoke.
The installation of God is our priority in America. We have consideration against McCocker, Buckethead, and that goddamn indicted soon Price in relative RFP installations for maintenance because we don't want your demands. We, the public, make demands. We order you what to do. Fool. In my other minute regarding the Commission of Board of Harbors, fuck Board of Harbors on item 31, item 32. You want numbers? How about item number 30? Exemption, Board of Airport Commissioners. Fuck the fentanyl that you're bringing to this country, Biden, and you stupid-ass attorney. That's number 30, dickhead. See, there's just so much information, everyone. So much to talk about here on item of housing, item of the budget, item on the airport.
Okay, so this is not on the agenda specifically. It sounds like general public comment. I'm going to move you to general public comment where you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Sabbath, bloody Sabbath, what do you hear? Smoking Scan is listening, and the public wants to hear. George Buzzetti demands some health care. Where is the fucking mayor who can bring him his health care? Yeah! Dun 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 dun. That's called Black Sabbath. And this world is black. This world is a Sabbath, taking away our rights to communicate about immigration. If you want to be here in my country, the Seminole country, we are the first motherfucking Indians to keep you fucking Americans out of our Florida Gator lands. Remember that. Fuck you, Grote. Fuck you, asshole.
Next speaker, and
Kids were
members of
laughing
the
in
audience, I
front.
really do appreciate, or we really do appreciate your patience. We should not be hearing from
Face
Mr.
only
Herman
mom
again,
can
lest
love.
he interrupt this meeting and be subject to a warning and potential removal. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
All items and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dictator City Attorney, for the prior restraint. So we're going to go straight into items 1 and 2. And I want to explain to you why you should vote as not only just no, but a 0 vote of confidence. Tell me why the city engineer, right? The city engineer doesn't even live here, has a UPS address here, lives over a couple of states, and still gets California money, right? Doesn't contribute at all to the area that they live in, gets to actually have an input in these motions, yet doesn't actually provide any money back to the area that they're supposed to live in, just like many other LAPD cops, high-ranking officers, just like Officer Rand over at the Hollywood station, right? You got a UPS address, that's how you do it. I know your Airbnbs, I know where you guys are, and you're not really here. And why is it that other states have laws mandating that you're supposed to live in the same city that you work in as a city official? So we'll move on, right, to addressing the easement part of that issue. Why is it that the city engineer continues to not write declarations of support in the prosecution of criminal entities like Scientology when they violate the public right-of-way by blocking with the illegal barricades that they don't get a permit for, that the city acknowledges was illegal, but yet they don't prosecute it in any sort of fashion? I know we have some deputies here in training for the city attorney's office. Maybe you guys should think about that and study up on your LEMC code. I sure should know all of my 5609, 5611, and 5612 codes. it's been great for you to know it too. Moving on right now to the item number 29, the Palisades Fire Emergency Fund. Why is it that the only thing Mayor Bass seems to care as an emergency is if wealthy billionaires go up and smoke? And it's not even that they were there, it's just some of their rich assets that they use for tax write-offs went up in smoke. But the people who are really suffering from the fraud, such as the Skid Row Board Trust Fund that's been completely fraudulently mismanaged, billions and billions and billions of dollars keep getting hemorrhaged into nonprofits that are used as laundering money machines, where all the council members here have a position in the various nonprofits, that they have a cushy nest egg after the fact. And right now, actually, one of those council members is being charged with felonies coming up this Friday, Curran. I'll see you there. Department 32, 8:30 a.m., I believe. So I'll go ahead and report on that shortly thereafter.
Nice.
We have yet another communication from the Board of Airport Commissioners where, why is it that you can't even talk about the little runway that you're building, that the little magic bridge, but nobody seems to get any sort of financial information on the list of expenditures that have gone on there. Moving on, yet another
thank you.
Board of Harbor Commissioners. Why is it that all these commissioners, right, already have their leave of absence, aka I sign up my life involuntarily to the mayor, and you can fire me at any time. You have my resignation letter the moment I take the job, but yet you sign on as a appointed position. That's not a position. You're beholden as a slave to Mayor Bass, and whatever she tells you to do, you do it.
True.
Right? I mean, that's what all these commission seats are, except for a couple like the Board of Public Works, where you actually get a six-figure salary to be up there, unlike the others who get about a $70 stipend to be there. We're going to talk about now general public comment. I just want to say to my one and only best friend, Heidi Soto, a.k.a. Heidi Boo, I thank you for the frivolous and selective malicious prosecution. You are being investigated. There will be criminal charges at some point brought upon you. The city now knows that you are a Scientology simp, that you do political favors for Scientology, that you actively prosecute any activists that dare speak out against your political allies. And for that, I want to thank you, Heidi, because you really are the easiest way to find out who is actually involved in the city with Scientology, and that's what Scientology is, right? You use it as a way to smoke out all the other criminals, all the other snitches, and we now know that you're one of them. We now know that you are one of them, just like many other snitches here, one of my favorite being Bob. I just love how he has his steak fries every day on his plate. He never misses a beat. It's always eating steak fries or falling asleep at every meeting. So for that, we thank you, Bob. We thank you for your consistency. And again, thank you, Prime Minister, City Attorney, for your prior restraint.
Glucose overdose.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names. Maya Villa, Neza H., and Jesse G.
Jesse G, is that Johnny G's brother? Fucking hope so.
Good afternoon, or good morning, whatever time it is. I'm a little bit discombobulated from all of the screaming and the profanities, and I just hope that now everybody's sort of settled down, so those of us who have some very important things to testify on can testify.
So which items, and completely understand, again, appreciate your patience. It is a tough act to follow some of these folks.
Yeah, it really is.
Which items would you like to speak to?
Number 33, number 34. I know it's closed session, but can I speak about it in general comment?
Yes, absolutely. You can speak to it during general. So you have
the
way it'll work, and this is for everybody as well. You'll get the items first, so you have 1 minute for item 33, and then the clock will reset to 1 minute for general. So go ahead.
Okay, my name is Wendy Sue Rosen, and I'm a member of the Coalition for Beautiful Los Angeles. Please refer this item, number 33, which is the digital kiosks, to Public Works for consideration. The RFP adopted by the city for prior bus shelter program that was run by CBS Deco was a complete failure and did not deliver on its promises. The staff RFP adopted by the city for the current bus shelter program is before you today for approval of a settlement so it can deliver on its promises. The RFP for the kiosk program must be reviewed by appropriate committee to address the issues and assure it can deliver on its promises and analyze the cost benefit. The big question is to the council, since staff can deliver the kiosks, why are we even considering a separate program? Is it needed? Has there been a financial analysis to see if the claims that are made can be proved? I ask again, please refer this today to Public Works.
General public comment.
I didn't even see George's over there.
My comment on number 34 is I'm one of the parties to the settlement, and we ask that you support the settlement today to allow the STAP program to move forward and resolve the litigation. The Transito Vector program offers much-needed shelter and shade for transit riders. But additionally, Transito Vector has gone above and beyond industry standards to lessen the impacts of digital signs by increasing the digital message refresh rate. The program offers unprecedented revenues to the city and is responsive to community concerns to ensure the program's consistency with the city's general plan. They've done this by reducing impacts to open space, parks, historic, scenic, sensitive, biological, and coastal resources. By supporting the settlement today, you would close a loophole that would open the public right-of-way to unlimited advertising. We've spent 3 years working. We ask today that you support this settlement. Thank you.
Thank you, Liberal.
Next speaker.
The savior, everyone, the Great White Hope.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General comment. First off, I'd like to apologize for incidents. My name is Jessica, and I am a member of LA Can. I would respectfully ask for our district council member, Isabel Jurado, if she could kind of pay attention. This one's kind of important.
Good luck with that.
I'm here on behalf of the tenants of the produce. Our main concern right now is obviously the mail, and I know that's going to be taken care of, but security. We're asking for the restoration of the 24/7 security. We've had 2 women that have been, within the past year, have been physically, sexually assaulted, and we're just asking for help. I mean, we get it, we call the cops, they come through, but security-wise, we need more surveillance there. And also, like I said, the mail. Thank you.
That's why you don't have your mail, because you don't have
Before
your
the next speaker,
24-hour
I'd like to call
security.
a few more names. Dana Marina, Adam, and Kate Clow.
There's too many degens in your building, ma'am.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Hi, I'm speaking on item 33.
And that's your social housing
Okay,
for
so
you.
1 minute. Go ahead.
Filled with degens.
Hi, I'm Maya Villa. I've been a nonprofit professional in downtown for over 8 years, and I'm
Here he
also
comes,
a theater
Parker.
artist who's worked in spots like the LATC. I'm also a big Black Sabbath fan, but I won't be singing today. I'll be talking about the wayfinding kiosks that we're having. I think this is a big win for our city. We are always in need of funds, and this will generate funds while spending few, or if at all. And the biggest reason, someone brought up about smartphones and why can't we have an app. The great thing about the kiosks is that I think they're accessible and they're inclusive for people who might be low income and don't have smartphones, especially our unhoused neighbors. These kiosks will provide directories, transit, 311 alerts, and bring more funding to our small businesses, which I really care about, especially since they've been hurting this week from the curfews. So let's bring more culture to LA. I think the kiosks are a good
Curfew
move.
is 3
Thank you.
goddamn days. All of a sudden, it's killed
Before
their
the next speaker,
businesses
I'd
in
like to call
3
a few more
days.
names. Devin Osiri and Casey Madron.
Granted, every
Good morning. Which items would you like to
every
speak
day
to?
you need
morning,
to keep
Council.
your
I would
business
like
above
to
water.
speak
I
to
get that.
items,
But your business
29
shouldn't be
and
out because you
general
were out
comment.
3 days.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
And remember, the curfews didn't run 24
Item
hours.
29.
It was from 8 p.m. to 6
The
a.m.
fires were in January.
Your business would
I
be
don't
closed
know where
anyways,
this
and
council
mostly
has
at
been
that
for the
time.
last week and a half, but LA is in an emergency right now. And the only action I see you guys taking on ICE terrorizing our communities is a closed conversation that we're not allowed to comment on. But from January, now there's something that we can talk about months after the fires are over and after people's houses are destroyed. So I don't know why you guys are operating on a 6-month delay here, but we need you to be in real time and be with the city and stand in solidarity in fighting and resisting against ICE. So I would love to see some actionable items and not just conversations that you're having with the chief of police, Jim McDonnell, who's been brutalizing Angelenos in the streets for exercising our First Amendment rights. That's not okay.
The Great White Hope, everybody.
I would like to move on to general comment.
Thank you, bass player.
Okay.
I'm here on behalf
Always,
of the free people
Base,
of Los Angeles,
always.
a democracy, to ask, why has Jim McDonnell's LAPD and Robert Luna's Sheriff Department brutalized Angelenos for defending our neighbors from illegal government kidnappings by masked ICE thugs? While exercising our First Amendment rights to protect our community, law enforcement repeatedly declared Angelenos gathered peacefully in our public parks and streets, protesting injustice, unlawful assemblies. While we chanted ICE out of LA and peaceful protest, officers charged us without warning on horseback, shooting us with rubber bullets, tear gassing us, and brutalizing us.
Good.
As
Good.
I speak, ICE is out in the streets terrorizing our undocumented neighbors, even kidnapping American citizens. The U.S. military is pointed at us on U.S. soil against our wills. Tyranny is here, and we the people must defeat it together. Council, rise to this moment. Use your authority to have LAPD protect our rights instead of infringe upon them. It's unacceptable for taxpayer money.
Whang.
Speaker, your time has expired.
Emotional
Next speaker.
damage.
You got to get that TDS worked on. The unfuckable, everybody. The unfuckable. And there she goes.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak
The Great White
Good
Hope,
morning.
the
I'd like 1
savior.
minute for item 33, and also I'd like general public comment.
Jesus.
1 and 1. So go ahead for a total of 2.
My name is Casey Madron. I'm here today representing Citizens for a Better Los Angeles. We were disturbed to learn that the author of the motion under item 33, Councilmember McOsker, used to work as a lobbyist for
Always
iSmart
angry, I
City,
bet.
a company that's been
Always.
lobbying for 7 years to put
Oh.
kiosks on LA's streets. We believe this raises serious ethics issues
does that
surrounding
at
the
IHOP.
RFP process. There are also serious privacy concerns regarding collection of personal data by these kiosks, including data from minors. We urge the council to hold off on pursuing any kiosk program until these issues have been investigated. And now I'll move on to general public comment.
Okay, so you
I'd
have
like
1
to
minute.
address item 34.
You guys into protecting minors?
I'm here again on
Since
behalf
when?
of Citizens for Better Los Angeles. We're one of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit against the city regarding the STAP program. We filed suit over serious privacy concerns raised by the original STAP contract. In talks with Transito Vector, we've come up with an agreement that addresses those concerns and creates much stronger privacy protections for the people of LA. We support the settlement agreement before the council. Thank you for your time.
You notice not one word on their staffer getting, what do you call it, in trouble for the bomb threat that he made.
Good morning. Which
Not
items
one.
would you like to speak
Not
to?
one little
Good morning.
peep
Item
about that.
33 and general comment.
So you have 1 minute for the
Oh,
item and
they
1
don't
minute for
love
general.
it.
Go ahead.
All right,
Love to
fantastic.
cover their
Good morning,
trash.
Council. Devin Osiri here from the LA County Federation of Labor. Very good to see you all. General comment first. You all passed a very historic vote a couple of weeks ago, and it's disheartening for us because $10 million is being spent to overturn it. Nonetheless, I wanted to thank you for your good work for the city of LA and its workers. Now on to item 33. I'm here speaking in support of item 33, the motion directing the city to release an RFP within 30 days for a tourism kiosk program. The kiosk program will generate millions of dollars of much needed revenue for the city at zero cost to the city and good paying jobs for Angelinos. Importantly, this program will complement, not compete. I say again, complement, not compete.
2 days ago.
With other revenue generating programs. Currently, 23 cities have already embraced this technology, and each of these cities has had multiple advertising programs in the public right away, seeing revenue remain steady or increase over year. Coming to speak during public comment is not something I
No
typically
word
do.
on that one, huh?
But this program is
Quiet,
important, and we
right?
urge you to release the kiosk RFP within
We
30
quiet
days.
on that
Thank
one?
you, Council.
We quiet on that one. We're quiet on that one? Okay. Just want to make sure. Oh, boy. Motherfucking see-through like a fishbowl.
All right, does that exhaust the names on the list?
So
It does.
I don't
Of course
believe
it
it
does.
exhausts the names on the list.
Does that
No,
exhaust
there are
the
still
name?
names on the
Of
list.
course there is.
All right, we'll take 4 more names and we'll move
Commie
and we'll close public comment
motherfucker.
after that.
Old pussy fart
All right.
Marqueef.
Nigeria, Barbara Broyd,
We got time for all the drums and all that shit, but you ain't got time to hear the public. You ain't got a minute to talk about your buddy over there, the bomb threat either. You had to plead guilty to that. You ain't got none of that. Under over 2.
Good morning. Which
the under
items would
over's
you like
2.
to speak to? And you can move the microphone if you'd like.
I'm okay. Thank
Fucking
you.
communist
and I'm here to
punk.
speak about item number 33.
Okay. So you have 1 minute for the item.
Perfect. So my name is Nigeria, and I ride the Metro regularly. I'm here to oppose the kiosk program because it seems like a greed-fueled Trojan horse to kill bus shelters. We have Trump in D.C. attacking transit funding, and now the city of L.A. seems to be doing the same. We need to support the current bus shelter program rather than undermining it with tourism kiosks.
Always Trump's fault.
Like, tell me why the tourists need more assistance than people that live in Los Angeles and take public transit here. I've seen these new bus shelters, and they're a great idea, great shade, they look amazing, and they have seats that are usable. The problem is we need more of them,
Please vote against the tourism program and bring bus shelters to LA.
You're
I
fired.
appreciate you. Have a great day.
You're fired.
Next speaker. Good morning. Which items would
Go
you like to
talk
speak
on the
to?
bomb thread, huh?
I would like to speak on behalf of the West Side Neighborhood Council on item number 33.
All
We
right,
have a
and-
CIS filed, and then I'd like to do a general public comment on number 34 for myself.
Okay, give me just one moment.
So I guess they don't care
I
about the
emailed the
immigrants who
CIS
can't
to
come
the
down and
clerks.
voice their opinions because they can't come in because they're going to get abducted by ICE,
Okay, so we
kidnapped.
confirm that the community
by
impact
masked
statement
people.
was filed on behalf of your neighborhood council.
So I'm guessing
So for
the-
everyone in the
I'm
room that
guessing
this is
the
your
ma-
first time
the,
seeing this,
city council doesn't care.
Neighborhood councils are allowed
Otherwise
to
they'd bring it
adopt,
back so you
formally
can call
adopt
in,
community impact
voice your
statements.
opinion.
That's what the speaker would like to present to the council. So the council president has said that you will get 3 minutes for your community impact statement, and then afterwards you've also said that you requested 1 minute for general public
All right, so
comment.
she gets 4
we'll do
minutes.
the 3 minutes first on behalf of the neighborhood council, and then we'll switch you over to general public comment. Go ahead.
Victim impact statement.
Thank you. My name is Barbara Brody from the West Side Neighborhood Council, speaking on item number 33. Our council does not believe that the interactive kiosk program belongs on the streets of Los Angeles, where the city has made a commitment to the staff transit shelter program. These structures are not
Stacy,
a
no
public
3-inch
amenity.
shrimp.
Localities that have kiosk programs do not have transit shelter advertising programs. For if they did, they would be foolish because they would be having programs that compete with themselves for the same ad revenues. Are you all aware that the STAP contract contains kiosks as one of the program elements allowed in addition to transit
Navy,
shelters and shade structures?
Because she's supposed to be speaking for the whole community that she's
The possibility
in.
that an RFP could be released before any city public outreach to neighborhood councils is frightening. Who defines the scope of this project that
Doesn't,
will occupy
bass player.
our
That's what I'm saying. They're
community
just liars.
sidewalks?
Finger
Our
pointers.
neighborhood council
It's the
has seen the
Spider-Man meme
proposed
where they're
Ike
just pointing
maps,
at each other.
and it is clear that they do not respect adopted ordinances, specific plans, and overlays. Neighborhood councils are your advisors. Why haven't they been presented this program? It has been circulating
buddy. Born and
through
raised.
City Hall since 2017. There has been ample time.
I didn't vote for none of
We
these
request that
thieves.
this program go to the Public Works Board, where they
Not a
have
one.
jurisdiction over the public right-of-way, and planning should also be involved because they set sign policies, and this program is not in accordance with the 2002 sign ordinance.
In fact, I'm at the point when I read the ballots now, I just see if it's an R or a D. And I don't care if the R is a P. Diddy party-going racist. He or she'll get the vote before they do, because they couldn't do much worse than these DEI hires.
To know what kind of an impact this will have on the STAP program. The STAP program provides community benefits. It provides shade and shelter. This program risks that commitment that the city says it meant. Tourists come to Los Angeles not to see digital ad kiosks on our sidewalks. They come to see the Hollywood sign, not advertising signs all over the place. They're blight, and we don't want them in our neighborhoods.
Who's spamming?
And we hope the council will send this program
Tiny
to the
Rick
communities
spamming?
for
All right.
input, so an RFP is not written in blindness like it was with STAP,
Kick him
which
out.
resulted in
gone.
litigation. It's a bad decision. Thank you.
Okay, so I believe that concludes the community impact statement. You've also
now she'll
requested
get
1
1
minute for
minute,
your
and then we'll
individualized
get
general
maybe
public
2
comment, so go
speakers
ahead.
more.
I did. Thank you very much. I respectfully urge the council to approve the STAP settlement agreement before you
Oh,
that
Mr. Pancake
represents
just rolled
a
in.
true win-win resolution to pending litigation. The settlement protects
King
some of our
Dov
city's
also?
most sensitive resources from digital advertising and its light pollution while clearing the way for the city to dramatically increase revenues from STAP, a program that not only delivers shade and shelter, but one that generates funds to provide significant community benefits and council district discretionary funds, and support for the RAISE program's transit and pedestrian amenities. The city hopefully has learned and is from the STAP program that it is important to reach out to the public before releasing RFPs on programs that impact the public. That's one of the lessons of STAP and of this litigation. So we hope that you will support the settlement that has been 3 years in the making and is a win-win for the city. Thank you.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call one last name, Tommy Favet.
Well, there we go.
All right, so George, you know the rules. Please do not disrupt this meeting. This is your first and only formal warning. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
I signed up as WR. I will speak to all items and general public comment.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Okay, so starting off with item 29. Item 29 is related to the declaration of emergency from the mayor regarding the wildfires. This is the emergency where she could create a good recovery program, a program that's designed to rebuild houses and get the community back together and everything in the wake of the aftermath of the wildfires. But instead, she's slow walking everything, and it's mostly focused on making the city look fancy for the rich people showing up to the Olympics. The Olympics, no one's going to show up for, but that's because of other reasons that I'll get to in a minute. But the Olympics, but it's mostly focused on rebuilding for the Olympics, and it's, you know, not enough is going towards rebuilding communities in the aftermath of the wildfires. Okay, so let's move on to item 33, which is related to installing kiosks in the city's right-of-way. Now, there's some good stuff that could come from this. I mean, these kiosks could be used in a good way. I'm a little concerned that the city will not use them in a good way, or at least in a particularly useful way. I mean, they might not use it necessarily a bad way, but it may be kind of a useless, you know, you'll just get a little bit of information. But I mean, you could use these kiosks. You know, you could use them to help connect unhoused people to services. You could use them to help get people information on what they do if they have an issue or if they have like something they need. They could go outside, dump their trash and their bulky items and put it in the kiosk. I want you to pick it up or something. I mean, you know, there's all kinds of uses for this, but it's just going to be used for random information probably. Oh, and probably surveillance. All right, let's move on to general public comment. So, over the last week or so, you know, over the weekend, over the last whole week, we've seen continuous incidents of the LAPD being extremely violent towards protesters. They've frankly come pretty close to killing someone out there. That's how bad it is. Firing less lethals at people's heads, just, you know, firing less lethals indiscriminately as less lethals shouldn't even be used for crowd control at all, ever. It was firing tear gas, using horses to trample protesters, all in the name of attacking people who are not okay with what ICE is doing. You all need to be speaking out more. And Marquise, your whole, we'll let people submit a video comment. How about you reinstate call-in comment? You know people are...
All right, Unders win. No, none. He got none. He did none. That's Stacey.
All items in general public comment,
All right,
please.
so we are going to get Stacey. Oh, we'll
I'll
get
tell
3
Grote
inch
whenever
shrimp,
he's
hopefully.
done with the business he's handling there.
Hopefully get 3 inch in there. That's it for general comment, right? No, there's more
all right,
speakers.
so I guess I'll start with item
Sorry, Marquise.
23. This is regarding the installation and maintenance of interactive kiosks. The city likes to put this carrot of potential revenue in things when we don't really know what the revenue is actually going to look like. And I don't know if maybe the information these kiosks are going to give might be something that a person could be doing. The last budget proposed some layoffs, and I know this kiosk is going to be an ongoing expense to purchase, install, and operate. And the concerns someone brought up about lobbying and data collection make this motion kind of stink. So I would encourage the city to not approve this at this juncture. We also have items 1 and 2 regarding the city engineer, and I'm glad a speaker brought up that the city engineer doesn't live in Los Angeles, apparently doesn't live in California, because it calls into question how close he is to these issues that he's making recommendations on. Also important, brought up by the other speaker, is that when we as the city are paying employees and they don't live in the city, that means that we're expending payroll, and then that person is taking that money out of the city, buying homes or renting outside of the city, buying groceries and dining and doing entertainment outside of the city.
Immigrants do it every day.
So it might behoove the city to make some sort of requirement of employees, especially the highly, highly paid ones, that they should actually live in the community they serve, because it not only makes sense as far as them being able to effectively do their job, but also just fiscally it makes no sense to let that money exit the city, especially now. Item 29 is regarding the emergency declaration relating to the wildfires. One big issue relating to these wildfires was the subsequent rent gouging. And it's still having a drastic effect on housing markets and renters and home buyers today. There have been over 5,000 rent gouged listings cited by independent groups like the Rent Brigade. 6 charges have been filed, 6. So out of 5,000 gouged listings, the city attorney has sought to prosecute only 6 of those property owners, real estate agents. I wonder if that's because she has received about $150,000 in campaign donations from the very rent gougers she's not prosecuting, particularly Angela Amon of Kilroy Realty. There's a lot of them, but that's one of the biggest donors, Kilroy Realty, to the city attorney. So no wonder why she doesn't want to prosecute them. The money that they're getting from gouging is filling her pockets. Yesterday, Marquise made an odd suggestion, citing fears about immigrant detention. Said that we should be given the option to record a video as a comment submission. What about phones? It was an option. What about phones? What about phones? Just let us call in. What about phones? What about phones for remote commenting? We already have the capability. The people have repeatedly asked for it back, but you keep ignoring. What about phones for accessibility?
What song,
we want
Whitney,
a
though?
phone when it's our turn to speak. How come no one will challenge Marquise to bring back phones? Why are you so weak? Shout out Smoke and Scan.
Oh, there's 5. There it goes. Stacey Bollinger. Stacey Bollinger, everybody. 19-time Grammy Award winner.
You are an unfit mother.
Not you, Stacey. Shout out to Stacey. And you wanted to drop for the dono?
I'm here to speak on 1 to 30 general.
Start with item number 1.
Carl's Jr. Fuck you. I'm eating.
There's your drop for you. There you go.
停靠在8楼的2路汽车，带走了最后一片飘落的黄叶。2002年的第一场雪，是留在乌鲁木齐难舍的情节。你像一只飞来飞去的蝴蝶，在白雪飘飞的季节里摇曳。忘不了把你搂在怀里的感觉，比藏在心中那份火热更暖一些。忘记了窗外的北风凛冽，再一次把温柔和缠绵重叠。Now let's move on to item number 2.
是你的红唇黏住我的一切，是你的体贴让我再次热烈，是你的万种柔情融化冰雪，是你的甜言蜜语改变季节。把昨天都作废，现在你在我眼前，我想爱，请给我机会。如果我错了也承担，认定你就是答案。我不怕谁嘲笑我极端，相信自己的直觉，顽固的人不喊累，爱上你我不撤退。Now let's move on to item number 3. Oh no, item number 30. .30. 我说过我不闪躲，我非要这么做，讲不听也偏要爱，更努力爱，让你明白，没有别条路能走，你决定要不要陪我，讲不听偏爱，靠我感觉爱，等你的依赖，对你偏爱。不后悔有把握，我不闪躲，我非要这么做，讲不听也偏要爱，更努力爱，让你明白，没有别条路能走，你决定要不要陪我，讲不听偏爱，靠我感觉爱。Thank you very much, Councilmember Spindler, for the CD1.
Councilmember Spindler.
I want to inform all of our Smoking Scan family member, Audit LA family member, that we are officially 1 year away from the general election of 2026. Get ready, come out, get ready to support our brand new council member, Spindler.
That's it.
Are you tired of those Black Lives Matter taking over the street?
Yes.
Are you tired of all of those lawlessness on the street?
Yes.
Are you tired of all of the follow home robbery? Are you tired of all of calling 911 10 minutes, nobody respond to your home?
Absolutely.
Council member Spindler will fix all of the issue because council member Spindler will restore law and order. Council member Spindler will make sure if you loot, if you riot, if you commit a crime, you will be consequence. There will be consequence coming after you. Thank you very much, Smoking Scan, and let's hope that everybody elect council member Spindler for CD1 2026.
3-inch rip, we love him.
Next speaker.
Korea hater from Korea.
Orange speaker, which items would you like to speak to?
Yeah, item number 33, Tommy Favai, I represent IBEW Local 11, and I'm here to support the resolution moving forward. Thank you for Councilman McOsker for bringing this forward because, you know, creating these RFPs like this, it's very needed right now in the times that we're dealing with when it comes to unemployment and underemployment with our membership. And then our members that are currently working for, you know, the city of LA when it comes to civil service, and then traffic signal, and then electricians that are working here in the city. We need to create those jobs now. We can't wait. I know this has taken a while to come forward to this point, but please, council, let's move this forward. 30 days, RFP, come back. Let's get some boots on the ground so we can put our good electrical members to work. Thank you.
I'm voting for that ticket of Spindler and
Mr. President, there are no speakers.
The Spindler, no, the Spindler, what you call it, ticket? the Spindler 3-inch shrimp ticket. Or Spindler Serrano ticket. Richard Serrano, Mr. Spindler, and they'll be the wrench in their plans. Just enough to throw off the votes every time.
Oh, okay. All right. We are going to, per the city attorney's instructions, reopen public comment for 10 minutes.
Oh!
For 10 minutes.
Somebody's forced to do
for
something?
Special 1, which is a Rule 23, that we have to that we did not announce in the beginning,
Of
so
course
we
you
need
did.
to reopen public comment
Of course
for
you did.
special one, which is a
You're
Rule
a
23
DI
that
hire
we'll
and
vote
you
on
don't know
today.
how to do things. That's just it. You don't know the order.
And special one is on the
And
bulletin
you're a
board, so
fucking
folks are
communist.
free to
There's
read
that
what the
too.
content of that item is.
Serrano to replace Paldea. I'm down.
Okay. And before we
fucking
commence
Richard
public
in there,
comment,
know
we'll
he'll do
hear
right for the
from
city.
Our Chair of Public Safety,
least they'll
Councilmember
want to.
Lee, regarding
know
the
if he'll get help
findings
from them,
for
though.
special one.
They won't like him.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, I'm bringing back forth this motion and asking for Rule
How do you vote for
23.
We'll get you pre-filled out
The
ballots.
recent raids that
and
have
send it to
happened in our
everybody.
city were not coordinated with LAPD. Unfortunately, LAPD found itself in a situation where it had to respond in order to keep the city safe, and these are unexpected costs that have lined up. So we are trying to remedy that with this Rule 23. I hope that you vote in favor of it, because this is going to allow us to pay for the overtime that was, again, unexpected by LAPD, but unfortunately had to be spent.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lee. All right, we're open for public comment on this item.
To the tune of 23 million, I think it was, guys. 23 million.
Stacy Segarra Bollinger, Andrew G., and WR.
Oh, WR, he's coming back. Is coming up. Oh, and Herman's up there.
I
Andrew
guess I'll
G.
just take my 1 minute on special one. It's a fucking joke that y'all want to loan the LAPD $5 million for this. First of all, do we think we're going to actually see that money? How often do we appropriate funds from things like street services or mobile showers? Just a couple examples of things I've seen this body take funds from to then appropriate to the LAPD throughout the fiscal year. The LAPD gets almost half of our operating budget, so they should be able to cover this cost. And you should all be denouncing their response to this event. All of the injuries, most of the chaos that had resulted from these demonstrations are because of the LAPD. It's not because of the National Guard. It's not because of the military. It's not the federal forces that were deployed by the president. It's the LAPD and their trigger-happy agents and them violating people's constitutional right to peacefully assemble. So you should all vote no on this item.
Look at just running in there. Look at him running to the front. I was in front. I was called first. Look at him. Look at him. Made him stand in the back. He's feeling all awkward right now.
Thank you, Dictator Marchese, for suspending the Brown Act. We love you for it, and I appreciate your prior restraint on my comment yesterday with Mayor Karen Bass at the secret meeting that she always seems to have, just like this constant suspension illegally of the Brown Act. Just seems to be a favorite topic of Governor Marchese, so I thank you for that, sir. I will see you at the military rally soon. I appreciate you, Prime Minister Marchese, for the prior restraint, for the secret meetings you hold with Mayor Karen Bass. Thank you for constantly trying to suspend the Brown Act. Thank you for your criminal activity. I appreciate it, Prime Minister Marchese, and thank you again, Governor City Attorney Pumpkinhead, for the prior restraint yet again. I appreciate the prior restraint. I appreciate the illegal suspension of the Brown Act. I appreciate all the snitches in the room. I appreciate all the information. I appreciate all the UPS box address that I know you have. I appreciate the Airbnbs that I know you have. I appreciate all the little nonprofit boards that you sit on and the money that you launder. And for that, I thank you all for being the greatest criminals. I appreciate learning from you all. Thank you so much, Dictator Marchese.
You don't appreciate smoking scan?
All right, Mr. Clerk, we have something before us that we've got to do as a point of order.
Mr. President, the council may now vote on the findings on special one motion as noted in the motion itself, and 2/3 vote is required before action can be taken on the motion itself.
All right, let's open the roll on the findings for special item 1. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
Chewing gum every goddamn day.
You're disrupting the meeting. You're disrupting the meeting. This is your first warning, Mr. Herman.
Mr. Herman, do not disrupt this meeting. Again, they're voting on the findings, not on the actual item. If you yell out again, you'll be subject to Rule 7 and Rule 12 and potentially be removed from this meeting.
All right, let's open the roll on the findings. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes, 1 no.
The findings are adopted.
All right, we'll continue with public
I
comment.
can hear him chewing and eating. Never has a tie on. He's completely unprofessional.
Thank you.
Every day.
Ladies and gentlemen of California and America, thank you for the Brown Act prior restraints on our First Amendment here. As you notice that the speaker before me was announcing all the great things that you've done for this city regarding the riots and all the secret meetings behind closed doors and those hidden session meetings by Mayor Bass, like yesterday at 8:30 a.m. behind where Sambo up there is sitting. So I really appreciate Jim McDonald of LAPD because he finally listened to Donald Trump. He finally took the advice of Donald J. Trump. He finally realized that the National Guard, the Marines, hoorah, are here for our protection. Because we cannot depend on 15 dumbass officials and another fucking dumb first black mayor woman. Thank you.
Mr. Herman, everybody. And I do believe he's an actual veteran. He's a Marine. It was a Marine.
Thank you very much, Council President Miscavige. Let's continue about the LAPD overtime. Yes, just like every single speaker in this room stated loud and clear, we want more LAPD overtime because we want to make sure that every time we dial 911, LAPD has to show up within 3 minutes. Every time that someone is trying to rape me, and then LAPD have to arrive there within 3 minutes. And every time somebody trying to take my heart, take my lung, take my kidney, everybody, LAPD has to arrive within 3 minutes. So I am here to stand in solidarity with all of the LAPD overtime, ICE overtime, sheriff overtime, highway patrol overtime, military overtime, Marine overtime, whatever. So thank you very much, Smoking Scan. So if you want law and order, if you want to stop the discrimination against the Caucasian, if you want to provide a Caucasian and equal treatment as all of the blacks, vote Spindler CD1 2026, Smoking Scan.
Oh, there's 9. There's 9. I can't even hold my fingers up anymore. I got enough fingers soon. Soon I ain't got enough. Oh, George is coming up. He's going to give him some shit.
You jokers are always breaking the Brown Act. Okay, enough of that now to the police. I would tell everybody listening who complains about the LAPD. They do a lot of bad stuff, okay? But do you really want the feds in here? I think LAPD.
Yes, I do.
LA sheriffs and the CHP and Chief McDonald, who planned all this, because I, on the way over to the Roybal building, hours early, noticed how they had it all set up. And when I came out of the Roybal building, that was not
I'm sorry, can you hold his time?
protected by the feds.
Sergeants, please remove Mr. Herman immediately. He is causing harassment and harassing members of the audience and has clearly lost control of himself.
Where's my time while that went on?
Your time was paused. You may continue.
You know what, fool. So on the way out, because the feds didn't protect it, I was almost killed. And you had martial law, fools.
Huh?
And you're taking my health care, fools. So we're going to put you all in prison.
That's
Thank
it.
you very much for making your...
Fuck you very much. All right, no under over because it's too small anyways, and probably won't even do one.
So we have a
Think of something
loan
new.
to the LAPD to pay for their continuous brutalizing of protesters over the last week or so, and we hear, you keep saying. I keep hearing that the LAPD wasn't informed about it, but about these raids in advance. But from what it sounds like, they actually were informed in advance about it, because just from what I think DHS, ICE have been saying they informed you, so even they sold you out. So the LAPD out. So the LAPD has been repeatedly assisting ICE over the last 2 weeks, and you're going to give them a nice big loan to pay for it, and as they brutalize protesters, when they keep lying, they shouldn't be assisting them, but they are. And when is this loan going to be paid back? Like that's another question.
I like the little. Oh, Mr. Pancake's here.
Reached out and touched somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Good morning, everyone. Mr. Pancake from Los Angeles Community Action Network City 14. Juneteenth to everyone. Isabel Geraldo, Eunices, how are you? Love you guys. CD8 Marquis Dawson Harris. Supporting various tenants who reside in one of Leo Puccinowski's building who have made demands that issues such as on-site mail delivering, 24-hour security, working elevators be met. Also supporting Stay Housed LA contract be renewed. LA, let's unite. To Juneteenth, all power to the people.
Bye, Mr. Pancake. Mr. Pancake. Now I want Pancake.
My turn.
Audit LA.
Tell me when. Okay. I think I'm going to try to second guess what Smoke and Scan's question would be. And that would
10.
be, why does it seem like there is continuous and constant Brown Act violations, not only in this council, but public works everywhere? I have never, in all my life, like the neighborhood council systems, they try their best to abide by it, but here it's just like a constant abuse and no one cares. I don't even know what the agenda item's really on because I can't see it. I couldn't get over there because I didn't want to crush people's toes. There's a lot of people. And so it's not fair. You guys got to do better. And I don't know what it's going to take, but I believe it's about the overtime. I'm for everybody getting their pay. You know, if this fine officer right here works overtime, man, I want him to get his money. But I also want you to give everyone their money. There's so many people being laid off right now because of mismanagement of funds and mismanagement of the city. And so people are losing their jobs. They want just their regular base pay. So I don't know how, you guys got to figure it out and do better. And Mr. Lee, start listening, please.
Thank you so much. That concludes public comment on this item. So can we, Mr. Clerk, open the roll on
He was
special
forced
one?
to give him more public comment. Funny.
Yes. Close
Funny.
the roll. Tabulate the vote.
Forced.
13 ayes, 2 noes.
All right. And then, Mr. Clerk, I want to refer item number 33 to the Public Works Committee without objection. That will be the order.
Damon, is that
All
a
right.
high? Oh, you mean for shout outs? I don't think so, Todd. We've had more than 10.
And then we're going to continue item
12
number
or
3 to
13,
Friday, the
somewhere in there.
20th of June without objection. Given those, what items are available
I bet
for
you
the
they
council to
hate it,
consider
though.
at this time?
They don't like it.
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items
Any mentions
1,
of smoke
2,
and scab, they don't like.
29 through 32.
All right, let's open the roll on those items, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
15 ayes.
All right, that takes us to item number 34.
Yes, Mr. President, and item 34 was considered by the Public Works Committee on June 11, 2025, for which a recommendation is to approve the city attorney's recommendations as discussed in closed session.
All right, so there's a request to go into closed session, which I expect we'll grant, but let's hear from Councilmember Jurado before that.
Oh, thank you, Council President. I'd like to
Kami.
reconsider special one.
You want
Copy,
reconsideration of special one? All right,
Or can I be noted on the record that I'm a no vote?
how about that?
Thank you.
And for the record, that will not change the outcome of the vote.
Got it. All right, so sergeants, if we could prepare the room for closed session to consider item number 34.
Guess that's it. Guess that's going to be it, ladies and gents, for today. Blah, 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 bleep, bleep, blah, 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 blah. Bloop, 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 bleep, 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 bleep. that's it for today. At least we got a little extra. They were forced to give it because of course, they didn't realize that they didn't allow them to speak on that amendment earlier. So, yeah, it's good to see if they're back to their old ways, or sticking with their same ways of not doing shit in the right order, holding public comment back, as usual. So, same shit, different day. Clear out all the trash. We'd love to. Like I said, I'd love to have Richard Serrano, Mr. Spindler, Mr. Herman, all them. I'm telling you, all the people that they think are cuckoo could all take over those 15 seats and couldn't do much worse than these people are doing. You see the city. Look, we don't have to take anybody's word for it. Let's just go out and see. Nothing is better. Nothing. You give me one thing that these people on that horseshoe have done for the city that has made it better. I don't see it. I don't see it. You just let me know so I can go see it. Because I haven't seen it. They've done nothing for the homeless issue. They did nothing for anybody that's been burned out of their homes in the city. Because again, the other fires were in the county of Los Angeles. And just so we're clear, the county hasn't done anything with them either. The county has done nothing for them. Not just the city. Both the city and the county are useless individuals. Again, what have they done? Tell me what they've done. All they do is talk about cleaning up the city and keeping the city clean for the World Cup. Why? Because it brings them money. Gets them out of their squandering hole. They've squandered so much money, they've put us in a hole. We went from a windfall to a deficit in just a year. That's all facts. That is all facts. And again, you can be angry, you can say it's Trump, you can say it's this, but there isn't one Republican on that horseshoe. Not fucking one. That's 15 Democrats in a sanctuary city. Okay? And if Trump's smart and has the balls he says he does, he wouldn't give them a fucking penny. I wouldn't give them a fucking penny. Let them starve. Let them come up with the money some other way. And they will. They have more squandering fucking... They'll have one of their dumb fucking soap opera fucking in Brazil that they're giving money to. It'll be something like that they'll have to cut. The money's there. Don't worry about it. Don't feel bad for them. Okay, all this virtual signaling bullshit. Not one of them brings any immigrants into their house. Not a one. They only want the immigrants here to do the low-level jobs that they don't want to do. Let's be honest with that. Okay? Let's be honest with it. Just bullshit. All bullshit. It's all a show for you. All a show. That's what they want people here for, immigrants here for, so they can do all the low-level jobs they don't want to do. They said it. They told you. Pelosi told you. And these people are no different because they suck the cock of Pelosi. They suck Mayor Bass's cock and everything else. And I hate to call her Mayor Bass because she ain't my mayor. I didn't vote for that DEI hire. Again, another one who ain't done shit for the city. Nothing. Zip. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Nothing. There's not one thing better since she's been here. Nothing. Not one school program for kids. Nothing. And that's undisputable. You can get mad at me the way I say it, how I say it, the words I'm using. Get mad. But you're really mad because you know what I'm saying is true. God's honest truth. You and I can get into a car and you take me where you want in LA. Let's see. Show me where it's better in the last 5 years. Show me. But you can't because it doesn't exist. It's all a figment of your imagination. It's all this facade that they've fed to you and you've created in your head. Joy! Nothing's joyous. Nobody's joyful. The fuck out of here. Joy. Boy, they served you up a big shit sandwich and a lot of you just ate it and said, I love it. I like to look at reality. My eyes don't work that great anymore, but they work good enough to see. And I can see ain't nothing better. Nothing is better. Pride Month has improved. Well, I don't know, Jack. I'm not a part of the Pride community, so I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe you're right. I'll take your word for that one. But the thing is, with Pride being better, that doesn't help the city. That helps one type of people. You want to help people, you help the city as a whole. Whatever they are. Gay, straight, bisexual, trisexual, pansexual, whatever the fuck they are. Okay? So, that's all I say. That's it. You got 20 seconds to comply. I'm telling you, man. Where's Bane when you need him? Where's Bane when you need him? Just so we're clear, I'm born and raised here. I don't vote for these people. And there's so many, there's millions like me that live here that don't vote for these people. But there are more that do. More puppets that do. And that's why these people stay alive. And that's why I laugh at the people that come in and beg for the money, beg for the crumbs, don't get shit, and they're angry with them. You said you were going to do this for me. I need more. And they don't get nothing. Those are the people I laugh at in their face. You get that. That's what you get, idiot fool. You were the useful pawn. Okay? And that's it is. They played you like the pawn you are. You were the first one put out there and the first one knocked down. And they're still in the back row doing business. Now get out there and do some more. When I say jump, you say how high. And that's reality. And that's it. That's all. And that's real. Will we be live tonight? No. Not unless there's a chase. I mean, we do get 2 chases yesterday. So who knows? Maybe we'll get a chase today. I will be here doing cards. I got like 8 packages to pack up right now, as it is for eBay. So get that going, and then list some cards. Try to list at least 50, 60 cards. Do that. And then I think my night is about done for that. And then we got 2 shows Friday, man. Are the riots coming back? No, I don't think so. Whose streets? LAPD streets, apparently. You kept saying, whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Ain't your streets when it came down to it. You got conquered. You came in here and cried about it, how brutal they were when they conquered you. Shot you in the eyes, shot you in the balls. By the way, the guy that got shot in the balls and literally had one of his testicles removed because he got shot with a rubber bullet. One of his testicles exploded from the bullet. No joke. They took his ball off, and the other one was severely damaged as well, as already has a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against the LA County Sheriff Department for that. That one wasn't LAPD. That one was the sheriff. But there were 2 other people that were shot. One was shot in the finger and had to have his finger amputated, and then one that was shot in his eye and lost his eye. So, again, these are the things you need to realize when you want to be your freedom fighter, your self-appointed savior. All you self-appointed saviors, that should be your warning. That's why you see the people that are out there with you, your Anquifa homies, the domestic terrorists, the ones that you're slowly becoming and melding with, that's why they put on the trash can armor that they went and they got an old trash can from Home Depot and cut it out into body armor, or got some, hockey pads and put some hockey pads in their pants and shit, and wearing a Protect skateboard helmet. That's why they do that. So they're used to it. Maybe you should have done the same. So there's that. Taco Joe. Yeah, Taco got zapped. Joe got zapped in the leg with one. It sucks because you got to remember, too, they, sometimes what they do is they'll skip them off the ground. Bing, and then it'll, go on to them with a little less force. It'll still sting you, but it won't be like you getting a direct shot to the belly kind of thing. So that might have been it, too, He might have been, and that's the problem. He's a big dude. A lot of people fucking see him. He's the size of a bear. No joke. Dude's the size of a bear. So they're going to go behind him. Big shield. So now they're shooting at them, and he's filming. He doesn't realize these motherfuckers are hiding behind him maybe because he's caught up in the filming, and then they're shooting at him. He becomes a target. Sucks. And those are things you need to worry about. That's why I said going out and filming isn't fun. I don't enjoy it. I've done it a few times. I just don't enjoy it. It's hard on your legs and your feet. It's a lot of walking, a lot of standing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then you get bothered by weird fucking liberals that are in dinosaur suits with mental illness. You get hit by a random bottle or a rock. Yeah. Not fun. Yeah, Joe did take one. It's a good thing Joe's all right. Like I said, it's a good thing he's a big man. Probably nothing. Just like a flea bite. Yeah, flea bites. It is a hazard, absolutely. I mean, shit, I saw so many videos that didn't get, like, aired live of, like, news crews. Channel 11, Channel 5, like, the actual news crew with a reporter and a news crew getting, like, walked out of the crowd by those people. Get out of here, you're fake media, blah, blah, blah. And wouldn't allow them to do their live shot, so they had to walk them out. They, like, pressed them, you know what I mean? Pushing them out of the crowd. I saw a few of those, and it never really made the news. I saw them all on the internet, but I didn't see them on the news. Because, again, they can't keep up that mostly peaceful. Well, wait a minute. Didn't they run you out, too? Oh, that didn't really happen. It was really mostly peaceful. They were just giving us an escort in case we got hurt by those evil Gestapo officers. Yeah, absolutely, Trace. You know, they're doing it to him because these are mentally ill people. Their voter base are highly mentally ill. Almost all of them. The majority are mentally ill folks. So again, mentally ill folks are unstable. They're going to do anything. And they're not very powerful people. They're just mentally ill. So they're willing to do anything. Okay, they're arguing with you. They know they can't beat you up. They know they can't do anything verbally either. So what do? They go and grab the knife that's on the table across, because you guys are out on the sidewalk. Someone's eating right in front of you at a table. They run and grab the knife and chase you down. That's the kind of people you're talking about. They're mentally ill. They really are. They're mentally ill. They're insane. Okay? And they're puppets. They're bought and sold. They're told to do what they do. Because, again, if they were really angry about all of what's going on, they would have been angry 8 years ago when Obama did it at a higher rate. Or, I'm sorry, even further back, 12 years ago, when Obama was doing it at a way higher rate. You never saw them out there doing it. You still don't hear them say anything about it. Just like you hear all this talk of bamboozling this, that, and the other, but they never talk about how the Democrat Party was the one that did all those things to those people. They never highlight that. Oh, yeah, by the way, the party that I'm in, we were the ones that did it to you. But we changed. Then you always ask them the same thing. What day? What year did you change? Was it last year when you told them they weren't black if they didn't vote for you? Is that when it was? Was it when you referred to them as tacos? When somebody who has an actual doctorate, not a real doctor, but a doctorate, obviously went to school, high level of education in college. Was it when you decided to call these people and refer to them as tacos? Because that was a great idea. And I'm the racist. You don't hear me referring to people as tacos. You don't. And I'm not the president's wife. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, I hate to break it to you. Armenians are from everywhere. Okay? Stat. They're like Jewish folks. There's Italian Jews. There's Spanish Jewish folks. There's black Jews. The Israelites. There's Irani Jews. There's Jews in Iran. Jewish folks are everywhere. I hate to break that to you. Just like Armenians. There's Lebanese Armenians. There's Russian Armenians. There's Americanized, American-born Armenians. Same thing. They're everywhere. I hate to break that. I mean, I'm sure you know. I'm hoping you know. Like I said, one of my friends from high school. Okay, he's Lebanese Armenian. Family's from Lebanon, Beirut. He's Armenian, but he was born here. His brothers all born here. So now they're American. Jewish in El Salvador. Yeah, there's Jewish folks everywhere. Big Jewish community in Mexico City. And in El Salvador, everywhere. Look, Jewish folks are everywhere. Just like Armenian folks are pretty much everywhere. Just like Catholics. There's many different types of Catholics, aren't there? Christians, right? It's the same thing. They're everywhere too. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Dems are gonna be pissed off for a long time. So, what do you mean no Armenians there? Where, in Indiana? I'm sure there's some, Hoosier. I assure you. You just don't know them. It may not be Little Armenia. You know, it might not have that little section of town. But here we have towns like that. There's Little Ethiopia. There's Little Tokyo. There's Chinatown. There's Thai Town. There's Filipino Town. I mean, every little kind of background has their own kind of area. You know? Chinese, Jews. Yeah, I'm just saying. There's all different types. All different types. They're everywhere. Scott is a Jewish Mexican, said it himself. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's my point. There's a lot of Armenians. There's a lot of Jewish folks. Catholics and Christians, too. There's a lot of folks from a lot of different places. That's just how it is. Mabuhay town? Yes, Mabuhay. I don't think there's a little Guantanamo. No little Compton. There's no Jewish town. I mean, there's sections of the city that might be considered Jewish, like, you know, Fairfax District has a lot of kosher shops and stuff in that area. But it's not, like, designated. Everyone I just named is literally designated. Like, you see a big plaque, a big sign saying, hey, welcome to Thai Town. A lot of the restaurants are Thai. So, yeah. I don't know if they have Little Nigeria. Definitely Little Ethiopia, no joke. San Vicente and Fairfax is Little Ethiopia. No joke. All the Ethiopian shops are on Fairfax right there. Just south of San Vicente. If you don't believe me, you can look it up like I looked the fish up for you. That's it, MKW. It doesn't matter where you are. And that's why I say with the DEI shit, I don't care that you're of color or whatever, or you're gay or straight or whatever. That doesn't matter to me, as long as you're the best for the job. But that's not how DEI does it. DEI just hires it because, oh, we don't have enough white dudes? Okay, well, let's just grab a white guy. That's not how it's supposed to be done. It should be merit-based. The next one that was in the position that has seniority and does the job well gets the job, regardless of what they do. That's it. Beverly Hills is just, well, there's a lot of Jewish folks in Beverly Hills. I mean, it's not completely Jewish. There's plenty of the folks that aren't. Plenty. I don't think there's any Cuba town or Little Cuba. I don't think so. Being honest, I don't. If there is, I've never been to it. I think all the ones that we named is about it. So, yeah. Just saying. Just saying. All right, do one more bag with you and I'm done. Karen Reed accused of killing Boston cop boyfriend. Uh-oh. She just did. What happened? Karen Reed accused of killing Boston police officer boyfriend is found not guilty. Oh, boy.
Sheesh.
Oh, boy. She got off, huh? Karen Reed got off. Is that the one that Tom was telling me about? Some crazy... I think so, where the cops were trying to frame her or something like that. Some crazy story, I remember. Some crazy shit. I can't quite remember. Bass, look at him. Bass Joint Council member Isabel and I love it. They had a picture. They had a photo op of these fools trying to clean up the graffiti. They each had like literally a toothbrush and were cleaning like a quarter of a brick. Neither of them were sweaty. Neither of them were dirty. And they were just like, all right, is the camera on? Yes. Go? Okay, go. They're just with a little toothbrush on one brick trying to clean a little bit of a corner of a letter. Oh, perfect little dog and pony show. Look, you see, we care. You know, Gavin, the governor here, does the same thing. Comes out in a white T-shirt with his hair all gelled up, pretends to clean up trash, puts some gloves on. Yet his white T-shirt doesn't have a bit of dust or dirt. It's not sweated through, because you know and I know if we're out there working, it'll be sweat through, it'll be dirty, it has stains all over it. None of that. Looks like he just walked out of Fred Siegel having a fucking $35 salad and an iced tea. Fuck out of here. Get out of here. Chardonnay sipping sack of shit. Not how you clean graffiti. I mean, trust me. I mean, I get it. You could pressure wash it. You could do all these things. But they were cleaning brick. And again, it's a dog and pony show. It's trying to show, it's all for gaslighting and virtue signaling. Hey, we care about the community. Look, I'm even cleaning up the graffiti that I didn't do. Well, I can tell you, I do that all the time. In the neighborhood that I do it in, I don't see anybody else coming and cleaning. In fact, they look at me like, why are you even here? What are you doing? What are you doing? Cleaning up after you. That's why I'm here.
Smoke.
Last one. You know David Siegel? Oh, Fred Siegel? Yeah, Fred Siegel's is crazy. That place is wild. It's been there forever. You can go get a black T-shirt like this, cost you $100. The same Kirkland T-shirt or the same, Stafford T-shirt. No different, but it costs you $100 instead of $20. There's a skater P-Rod. Yep, look at him. It's a nice bowl. Old Venice Beach. It's nice and clean. So cool that they have that. That's it. A bunch of fruod. You already know, Dodgers. We better win tonight, Dodgers. Shit, we can take at least the series here if we win tonight. We've already got 2 of the 4. So no matter what, we've split the series on the Padres, but we got to win tonight. That way, at least if we take 3 out of 4, I'm happy. Steven Seagal was cleaning graffiti? Really? No way. You're lying. Oh, man. Dodgers aren't going anywhere, Joe. That ain't happening. You'd be a fool to move them to Las Vegas when LA's a way bigger market. It's a smaller market that has more competition now, Joe. The Knights were the smart ones. They came in first. They had the market all to themselves. And what did they do? The community fucking loves them. Drawn right to them. Like flies to poop. Love them. Every game, packed. Right? Then the Raiders saw how well they were received, and okay, let's move our team there. And now that was a smart move, because that doubled the value of the Raiders, because you went from shitty Oakland to Las Vegas, which again, good move. Now what do we have? Now we have the A's trying to come, or are coming to town. So now it's already getting watered down with 3 professional teams, plus a minor league baseball team, plus a WNBA team, but that doesn't matter because no one watches them. And then, and I know, at some point, NBA will do it. The NBA will be there. If the A's land and everything's good, I can see them playing where the Knights play. Don't have to build an arena. Pay rent to the owners that own the arena there now for the Knights. And you do it just like you do it here at Crypto, where it's Lakers and Kings home. It's the home of Vegas and whoever plays in the NBA. I can see it. Much cheaper on the city. Taxpayers don't have to come up with funds to build a new stadium. You know what I mean? Makes sense. It's much cheaper in that sense. But, yeah, I mean, even Mark Davis, he didn't want the he petitioned to not have the A's come to town. He knew it. He's like, man, that's money that I'm losing. Why? Because baseball season is during football season in August. Sure, it's towards the tail end, but still in August. Hockey doesn't start till late October, which is deep into maybe baseball, but you're talking October baseball's playoffs. You know what I mean? And that's when NHL is starting. So you're not, not really coinciding at the same time, not taking money from them in a sense. But when your teams are playing at the same time, you're battling for dollars. So, yeah. 2 Cali teams? I don't understand what you're saying, watching. I don't understand what you're getting at. Gale, that's just their shit that they put up there, and I didn't have anything else to play behind it. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. I didn't hear them talking about going to the Rio, Ginger. I don't know, maybe. They should really be knocking the Rio down. That thing's a shitty hotel. It's always been, like a stepchild. Why? Because it's not on the strip. It's across the strip. It's across the freeway. It's close, really close, right? You can walk from the Rio onto the strip. It's a good 3 blocks, long 3 blocks or something, but you can do it. But just that bit is what keeps. It's the same thing with the Palms, and the reason the Palms was popular is because the Maloof brothers knew how to. They had a young vibe to it. You know what I mean? And they were always hitting up the young kids, young parties. So that's what kept it alive. The Palms. But again, another hotel that's supposed to be big off the strip that's reeling. You want the dollars, you got to stay on the strip. Most people, that's where they're staying. Most people are going to fly into town. They're going to get to the hotel. They'll walk from casino to casino, and they're done. They're not really getting a car or getting in a fucking Uber and driving all around town. Most of the time, they're not doing that. And the regulars, the people that live there certainly aren't. They hate the strip, the regulars. They're not trying to go on the strip. It's traffic, tons of tourists. If they want to gamble, they're going to go to Orleans or something like that. Or Boulder Station. One of the Boulder stations or something. They're not going to the strip. The gambling's cheaper. Less crowds. Yeah, just makes more sense to just stay off of strip if you live there. And that's really what happens. All right, holy ship. See you on the next one. A dangerous 3 blocks. It can be. It's not so bad over there next to the Rio, Melissa. I'd say it's way more dangerous at the end of the strip when you're talking near the Strat. You're going behind the Stratosphere? Yeah. Because Cookies, the dispensary's right across from there, so a lot of people now go over there. They want to get their cookie weed coming into town, so they'll go to Cookies, the dispensary, pick up some weed now that they're in town, so they didn't fly in with it, right? And then you tend to go past the strip, even past the Strat, 1 block, and you're already in a shitty neighborhood, So, yeah, you just don't really want to be over there. Naked City, that's it. Where all the showgirls used to be. They'd fly in and see all the girls naked, sunbathing, tanning their beautiful bodies for the next hotel show. Free lawyers to help out my little business. All right. Well, another show done. It was fun, ladies and gents. It's hump day. It's midweek. We're almost done. I will be here, like I said, in case there's a chase that pops off. So please keep the notifications on. For the ones who don't know, Twitch is back. It came back like yesterday, I believe. So we are back there in case you're in YouTube and you didn't know that Twitch came back. So we're done with the suspension there. Shout out to everybody who gave us a shout out, like Audit LA, 3-Inch Shrimp, Mr. Herman, Stacy Cigar Bollinger. And am I missing somebody? I think that's it. I think those 4 gave us shout outs. So shout out to all of them. And Suit Guy, shout out to him. I don't know if he did today, but I don't think he did. But shout out to him. And yeah, guys, I guess that's it for now. So please keep the notos on. Thank you for the likes, the love, the thumbs ups work. And they are free. They do help the algorithm. And they really, really, really help to push out the LA City Council meeting so it can be bigger and better for us. And you notice, you guys can see the numbers are slowly, they're going up. When it comes to, I'm just talking about the LA City Council meeting attendance. That's all I'm talking about, not any of the other stuff. So the numbers are rising. It's a good thing. We need the help. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for all the donos. Have a fantastic rest of your week. I'll be here. And I'll see you guys on the next one on Friday. Bye.
This party is officially over.
Yeah, you guys. I'm going home.
Bye.